Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey guys!
Welcome back to Yap City. I'm Emily.
I'm Sasha.
We are nice and cozy today. We have our hot cocoa. We have our PJs. This is kind of like slumber party vibes.
That's what we're going for.
Yeah. Little secret, this is pre-filmed. Tosh is going away. She should be back by the time this goes up, but we had to pre-film it. So we're going to skip our high-lows of the week because
We already did them.
we have nothing to say.
Right.
Because our week has not technically happened yet. Because as you're watching this, our week would have gone. Has not yet, though, in this moment. Tosh went to Florida. I had a vacation. A stay-at-home vacation. And that's pretty much it. So, next time we come back, the next time you see us next week, we will have so much more to say. Because we'll have 2 whole weeks worth of things to say.
Yeah.
So, stay tuned for that. But as of right now, can't tell you how our weeks are because they haven't happened yet. Unfortunately.
I'm really into this hot chocolate.
I can tell. Yeah, I made us hot cocoa. It's Swiss Miss, nothing fancy.
Clink.
Tosh put marshmallows and whipped cream in her.
And she said that that's weird.
I just don't like marshmallows.
But then
Never
my
really
friend
liked-
said she puts Nutella, peanut butter, and fluff in, and she was like, that's not weird.
Because I like a nice flavored hot chocolate. Like a dark chocolate or like a caramel hot chocolate. Mwah.
What about a peppermint?
No, I don't like
I
peppermint.
like a good peppermint, like during Christmas
I
time.
don't want to drink toothpaste.
I guess I do.
I think you do. Actually, for the first time, because I knew I was going to kiss this guy, I chewed gum.
Oh, did you? You know what
And I
I do?
hated
Which
it.
I didn't
I
even
didn't.
realize was like such a smooth move that I've been doing on every single date.
What?
I would offer them a mint, and I was just not even thinking that
I
means I want
offered-
to kiss them.
Ooh,
I didn't even mean to do that, though. I was just being like, I would just go through my
Polite.
purse and show them all my toys in my purse and be like, want a mint? Because I'd always have mints.
Oh.
And they were probably like, she's hitting on me right now. And like, I wasn't, though.
I do this. I put lip balm on. And I'm like, right.
Like, oh yeah, no big deal.
And I'm like, you want some?
You know what my boyfriend said when we were like hanging out alone for one
What?
of the first times? I think it was the first time we ever hung out alone. How we met is really cute. She's like literally, not how we met, like how we ended up dating. You're part of the reason we ended up dating,
am.
literally.
Um,
Like the reason, actually.
I better get a fucking speech at that wedding. A toast.
So he
Toast to me at your wedding.
he was like, it was really surprising because this was really smooth because like he doesn't really like, he wasn't around girls that like at all. We were talking and he was like, did you know when people kiss, like you could give them cavities through like if you
Shit,
have a
I
cavity,
have cavities.
no, like if you have bad like dental hygiene and you kiss someone, you could like
I
transfer
have
that.
cavities that I need filled that I just have been putting on.
So you could be,
Shit, I made out with this guy.
you could have given him a cavity.
Imagine.
So he was telling me that fact, right? And I was like, that's not a smooth fact because that's a gross
No.
fact when you're
Yeah.
thinking about kissing, right? And he was like, what did he say? He was like, do you have a good dentist? And I was like, oh, that's smooth.
yeah, that is
Okay.
Have you?
I
heard
think
the
I just
thing-
giggled. I got embarrassed.
Have you heard the thing where it's like the dentist can tell like if you've like recently? Yeah.
Yes, I have. And is that true?
I don't know. I'm scared.
Why have you?
Not recently.
But you're gonna. I'm going to the dentist soon, so I better hold off.
Well, you have to.
I know.
Her boyfriend is not in prison. If
Fuck
you watched
you.
the last episode, that's all I was saying. Should we get into today's topic?
Yeah.
So we were thinking today's topic, because we're all cozy in our PJs with our hot cocoa, we would talk a little bit about self-care. Like, especially with March ending, April showers, it's kind of just dreary and like minds are drained, wallets are drained.
Dude, emotionally drained.
Emotions are drained. And it's raining out, so we need to like take care of ourselves and do some self-care
I
activities.
love the rain.
It makes me a little sad and tired. Like, I feel like I need a self-care day.
Really? I just had a
Yeah.
self-care day recently.
Mm.
Oh, we want to say what I did for my self-care day?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, so I'm the queen of self-care because I don't think that it is
Mm.
admirable.
You could have ended it after I don't think.
You piece of poop.
Go
I
ahead.
don't think that it's admirable when women say, like, I put everyone before me. I put everyone
No,
first.
put yourself.
I'm like, girl, no. Put you first,
What's the
then you
thing-
help everyone
what's
else.
the thing? You can't help someone else put their oxygen tank on
Unless-
oxygen mask until you put your own on when a plane's going down.
That's a really good analogy. I love it.
Thank you. Or the better one we say is you can't fill someone else's cup unless your cup is filled.
Fill your own cup, let everyone fall in love with the overflow. Harry Styles.
Yes, I like it. Maybe I'll post that quote on our Instagram.
I got a Reiki session, and that's what she told me. She was like, you need to fill your own cup up.
Yeah, I
and
like that. I feel like we've been really learning to do that.
I agree. I think we have.
So, like, perfect for this.
I love it.
So tell us about your self-care day.
With that being said, I've always had that belief that, like, when people would praise women for that, I'd be like, huh? That's messed up. Praising them for not taking care of themselves? No, right? So I am a queen of self-care.
Good. I'm bad at it.
I love it. So my favorite thing to do is I choose the night that, like, is, like, a Friday. Well, I don't work on Fridays, so Friday for me is, like, Thursday, right? The night that is, like, right before the weekend. I don't make any plans. It's just me and me. That's it. I order my favorite food. I pick out my favorite dessert, and I find a brand new movie or show that I've been excited to watch.
Self-care. Yeah.
Then I eat my food while I watch my movie, eat my dessert, then I take a bath because I have a really nice bath. I'm lucky and fortunate that I have a really nice bath. Or I go in my hot tub. I sound like I'm rich and I'm not. We just, like, I don't know. So, I do, like, bath salts because it's really good for cleansing, like, if you're spiritual at all, but also for your muscles, which I learned in massage school. Bath salts really good for your muscles. I do an oil so that I can, like, massage my, like, shoulders out. And then I do, like, literally 6 face masks.
6?
Yes, like 6 different face masks I get out, and my skin is, like, beautiful. I finish whatever movie or show I'm watching in the bath, or I watch ASMR to, like, relax and calm down.
Is 6 bad for your skin, though?
No, it's like giving yourself a facial. My skin's always, like, glowing. I do different kinds. I do, like, clay one, a scrub one, a gel
I gotta
one.
do that.
And in the combination...
You gotta send me, like, a little, like,
what I use.
breakdown of, like, what you're doing. Because I gotta try that. Because that sounds, like, better than, like, what I'm thinking for self-care.
Like, the combination of the steam from the tub and the masks, it literally makes your skin, like...
You're gonna see me in your bathroom. with the
like, self-care night.
Cucumbers on my eyes, laying in your tub.
The bubbles. And then, you know, go to sleep. Have some tea.
I like that.
That's, like, my ideal self-care night.
Self-care, yeah. I think we should preface that self-care can be so many different things.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like,
tell them what else it could be.
Personally, I need to do more self-care days like that. Self-care can be also, this is more what I do for self-care, taking yourself to a coffee shop and, like, with a notebook, or, like, even some stuff on my to-do list and checking things off. Like,
yeah.
I have, like, editing to do, taking myself to a cafe, getting myself a pastry, and, like, doing that. Or I like going to a park. There's this park I really like.
I can't wait to do that more when it's warm and have picnics and
that park
stuff.
I just went to.
Yeah.
For my date. That's, like, where I like to go. And I like to just sit in my car, watch the water. Again, I will do things that I know I need to do. Like, I'll either, like, scroll through Pinterest and try to get some, like, ideas. Like, make it kind of productive, because that's just, like, the kind of person, like, I am. I don't know. I can't just sit there and, like, with my thoughts. I have to be doing something. Or I'll put on some TV or something as a distraction. But I like to do that. Or, this is not my personal favorite. I don't like this as self-care, but it is self-care. Going for a walk. I do like a hike.
I love a good hike or walk.
And they say exercise is good self-care. I love the healthy habit. That, to me, is not self-care. I'm sure if you get into a real healthy habit, it'll feel like self-care.
Here's my opinion. I think for some people, certain things that would maybe not seem like self-care are self-care, because for me, I tend to procrastinate a lot, maybe spend too much time, like, scrolling or sitting on my phone. So self-care for me would be getting out of bed, going on a walk. Self-care for me would be working for the whole day, because I'm investing in myself. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's important.
Some people may do it too much. Self-care for them is calming down and just being able to scroll on their phone a little bit and relax.
A big self-care for me is I really like creativity, but I do a lot of creativity for work. So sometimes, but I that is my, like, that's what fills my cup. So a huge self-care thing for me is sitting down and crocheting with, like, a movie on.
Oh, I love that.
Like, that's, like, a good mind relaxer for me.
I love any type of craft with, like, your favorite show or movie on.
Or, like, a diamond puzzle.
Yes.
I love those. I actually have one somewhere around
Or
here.
on
that I
my
have
book
not
nook I
finished.
got, it's like this tiny little...
That's one thing I don't do.
Well, I've never done
I don't
one
read.
ever. Oh, no, it's not a book. It's a craft.
Oh, okay.
It's like a tiny little town, or like a little... Like, it looks like a little coffee shop, and it's tiny, and you put it in your bookshelf, and
You know
it's
what?
so cute.
I think you should do for, like, I think this would, like, is your, like, it would help your self-care days. And, like, you're just your mind. I think you should get one of those boxes, like, bird box things in your window.
Yeah, are you
I
the
think
first?
should-
Are you?
I think
did
I was
someone
the
else
one.
say
No,
that to me,
was
or
me.
was that you?
I've said that to you before.
Yeah, I've
I
been
think you
thinking
need
I
one.
want one of those.
That's such your vibe. And I sent you a TikTok the other day. I know you answered it. Trader Joe's is selling olive trees right now, and I was like, this is such your vibe. Like, I don't know why you give, like, green, like, you can't keep plants alive though, but
no, I can't.
you give off
Green vibes.
green
Love
energy,
that.
like
Love that.
like save the earth vibes.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what's funny?
like reduce, reuse, recycle.
I'm like a mascot. I was just...
But you can't keep a plant alive.
My uncle's nursing home, and they had one of those bird things in the window,
I
and
really
a bird
think
was
you
in
should
it, and
get
I
one.
literally was like I walked over in a trance to go see
I
the
think
bird.
you would love it.
I think I would too.
Yeah, I think you should get one.
I would. I almost bought one for my mom recently,
You did mention that. Yeah, I think it would be really good.
but I would love one.
So some other ones are like spending time with friends and family.
Oh, that's a big one. You need
That's
to balance it too and make it like healthy for yourself.
But that's a very hit or miss. Like, it depends if that's what fills your cup up. Because some people don't, like, spending time with my family does not fill my cup up. It's, like, mentally draining sometimes.
But
And
you
I
need
think,
human interaction. All humans
sure,
need it. So
yeah.
you have to find
mine would
what
be
you're
friends.
comfortable with, right?
I'd
And
say,
how much
yeah,
you're comfortable
you have
with.
to know what's going to drain you and which people are going to drain you and which ones are going to make you feel good and
It's
refreshed.
hard for me to determine sometimes too, because am I just drained because like being social sometimes drains me, or am I drained because like that was a toxic situation I was in? You know, it's hard to decipher, but
I honestly, I could say from personal experience, I think it's people that drain you because, like,
but
I've
sometimes I get drained with someone who I love and I just need to be
Yeah.
alone. Do you know what I mean? And it's not
that's
them.
true, yeah. I have been in a situation where, as a whole, someone I met around the same time as you, and I hung out with you guys separately, obviously, because you never met them, and it was definitely a situation where they drained me as a person, and, like, I think you kind of partially, without knowing, helped me realize that, because when I hung out with you, like, obviously sometimes my battery's drained,
Right.
like, but, like, you're the
You
same way.
could
You
see
never,
the
like,
difference,
cried
though.
it out of me to, like, be like, get up, you need to do this. Like, it was, like, one of those mutual understandings. Like, sometimes we're drained. Where, like, so I never felt...
Like respect.
Yeah, but I never felt like I needed to push through the drained. Where, like, that one I felt like I did. The other one, I felt like I did need to push through the drained in order for the friendship to continue. So I do think that is a huge part. I think, obviously, there's a difference of your battery can just be done, but there's that mutual understanding that that's okay. You can go recharge, do your thing, do the self-care, recharge. And that's another reason why self-care is so important, because our batteries get so drained. You gotta recharge them. Just like your electronics. We gotta recharge ourselves. Whether it's sleep, relaxing.
I like to compare it. I heard this one comparison, which is weird. I don't know why it resonated with me, but it was like you bring your car in for checkups. You need to bring yourself in for checkups, like your
and that
brain.
includes your mind.
Yeah. And I was like,
I feel like, honestly, therapy can be self-care.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And the thing is, self-care is so
I've canceled
important.
my therapy so much for the past 2 months.
Have you? Why?
Oh my gosh. One day, you're not gonna like my reasons. Your party, I had therapy, so she canceled it.
Who canceled it?
My therapist, and I was like, good, because I was gonna cancel it anyways, because I had your party.
Oh, the 100K?
Yeah, and I was like, shit, I have therapy. And then my therapy office does this weird thing where you can't have an appointment with the therapist and the psychiatrist on the same day, and I accidentally keep doing that. Or they keep doing that, I think. I don't think it's me, because I'm like, listen, I have therapy this day. They keep scheduling it on the same day, so I have to cancel one of them. I need my meds. Therapy, if I won't get my medication if I don't see my psychiatrist.
Right.
So, and then I was supposed to have it last week, but I canceled it for my date.
But do you reschedule and not
I have
for
it
like a
every
whole
once
month? But
Yeah,
when you
like every 2
cancel,
weeks or
but
1
when you
month.
cancel, are you like, oh, next time I'm gonna schedule is a month
Only if
later?
I have a crisis. If I like feel like I need to go, or I'm gonna have like a breakdown,
Right.
and then I'll schedule it for the next week.
Right.
If I feel like I can go the month, like, you know, and she always like, I can text her and be like, hey, I need an appointment.
Right.
At any time, and she'll be like, okay, I can fit you in right here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she's so nice. I think you need to find someone like that.
I had a great therapist. She was wonderful.
Yeah, but therapy is self-care because it takes care of your mind. It gets you.
And the thing is, if you don't
Regular.
keep up with your self-care and you let it boil up, you're gonna explode. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not good. I'm the type where, like, I'd forget. Like, all of a sudden it's been a month and I haven't done anything.
That's what I do.
And then I get really freaking depressed.
That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, so you have to be consistent with it. Even if it feels stupid, even if it's like this one little thing you're like, that didn't make a difference. When it's every day, it makes a difference.
Honestly, I took a self-care day last week. Everyone around my work was getting sick. I was feeling a little under the weather, not as sick as everyone else, but I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm taking a day. I had the sick days. And I'm so glad I did because I feel like I need more of them because then I went and did stuff. I had my dates over the weekend. And so, like, I if I didn't have that day off, I don't imagine what I'd be like today. That was like 3 days ago that I took a day off. Those are also really important, I feel like. And, like, if you're in, like, school, like high school, my mom would let me do these all the time.
My mom would let me
Mental
too,
health days. Where you would just stay.
Sometimes, I'd just be like, Mom, can I just stay home? She'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like those are important. I know my school, I mean, I'm very young for school. They talk about how those aren't good, and I'm like, no. And in my head, I'm like, they are so good. I'm like, not all the time, obviously. They say that
or if your grades are bad or something.
They say it builds up to them associating school with anxiety.
Yeah, I hated school.
Yeah, but they say if your parents let you stay home because you feel like it's a mental health day, then next time you feel anxious, you're gonna be like, it's gonna calm your nervous system to stay home. Which I get it if you're staying home because you're anxious, but I feel like
you're doing it as a preventative, though.
Yeah,
like
you're
not like
home.
I'm so anxious I need to stay home. More like I've had a hard week, I just need to stay home and relax.
Yeah, like it's a break, not a solution.
Right.
To like a panic attack.
Right. Which is kind of like what we were talking about the last episode when I look for an answer.
Facts. Yeah. We always stem back to anxiety.
Yeah. Yep. That's our favorite.
That's 20. That's your 20s, honestly. Anxiety.
No, that's my whole life. That's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've never not been anxious. I literally can think back to my earliest memories and I was anxious.
I've been telling, there's, I work in a school, obviously, and a young, like, elementary school age, and there's some kids that I know have panic attacks, and I've helped them through, and I'm like, I feel so bad, because I'm like, this was how old I was when I was having my first panic attack. Had no clue what was happening, and I'm like, to see them, like, not knowing what's happening, I'm like, shit, did someone, I'm like, I don't think anyone did that for me. They just let me cry it out in the nurse's office, and I was like, I'm like, telling this girl, I'm like, breathe. I'm going like, in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. She's like, look at me. She's like, bug-eyed. And I'm like, oh, I felt horrible.
When I freak out, I can't even think of like breathing like that.
Well, they're young. They need to be, I have to tell them. But it's so important because my mom has the same issue. I'm really good with breathing. My mom, when my grandmother passed away, my mom had so many panic attacks. And she didn't know how to handle it. You have to know how to handle it in order to be okay. That's something you have to learn how to do. She didn't breathe. My dad, he's so dumb. He was like, she's dehydrated, just give her water. No, she was hyperventilating and she passed out because she wasn't breathing. She was like, so she just passed out. And my dad was like, she's just dehydrated.
Yeah, I don't think I have panic attacks. I think I have anxiety attacks. Like where
Is there a difference?
Panic is like induced through your body. Like your body's having a physical reaction. I could be wrong. But like my anxiety is it's more like a mental thing.
Oh,
like,
mine
I can't
gets
get
physical.
Out of my head.
Yeah.
Mine have never been like physical.
like,
Maybe a little like I'll literally
breathe,
like like freaking out, but it's because of my mind, not because my physical body is doing anything.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like your mind obviously triggers it. If your mind wasn't doing anything, then your body wouldn't react.
But it's like different though. Like I don't feel it in my body.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
That's kind of lucky. Not lucky. I mean, you still have them, so not lucky, but when your body reacts to them, it's not fun. Like, I remember puking, like, and then you just feel like you have the flu. And then my mom, like, she hyperventilates and passes out. And I'm like, you just gotta breathe. I'm, like, so mean. Like, because, like, I have to, like, yell for her to listen. So I'm like, breathe! Like, she's, like, giving birth. And I'm like, remember to breathe. I'm like, I don't give a damn about anything else. I don't care if you're cold. I don't care if you're hungry. Breathe! Yeah. Because, like, if not, she'll pass out.
Right.
So I'm like, and that's, like, the worst case scenario. Yeah. We kind of got a little sidetracked. Self-care. But, I mean, I guess those are very important reasons as to why
to keep up with your self-care.
You should keep up with self-care. So you do, like, a movie, favorite food. That's such a good idea for self-care. Like, and I need your routine for the skincare.
I know. It changes because I have favorite products, but, like, they're really expensive, so I can't have them all the time. It's too much.
What's your opinion on implementing, like, the little self-cares every day? Like skincare routine, like putting on, like, your body lotion or, like, I mean, even taking a shower is, like, self-care.
Right.
Because sometimes that can be draining.
I really want to start implementing more things for, like, my mind and my, like, spirituality into my everyday, because a skincare routine, I do my skincare, but it doesn't help my mental health to do my skincare routine every day.
A few weeks ago, I tried this. I just looked it up on Spotify, honestly, and I was having trouble sleeping. My mind was just racing, so I felt like I
have a really good tip for you after you say it.
I did a guided meditation, like 5 minute. I
have a guided meditation on my channel.
And it was so nice. Sometimes I don't want to do it, though. Like, I wanted to implement it into my, like, night routine, because I think it was also you that told me to do, like, meditation in the morning. And I want to do, like, stretching in the morning.
I sent you a little 5-minute one.
That's good self-care, too. Like,
I agree.
15 minutes of stretching in the morning, or, like, a 5-minute meditation. That's
my
amazing
problem in the
self-care.
morning is I'm a different person. In the morning, I don't give a... Like, literally, I'm like, I know. And I'm like, stop. I, like, can't function. It's so annoying. But, one thing that you just said, like, you were like, sometimes I don't want to do it. I think it's important to, maybe have a routine, implement things, but don't force yourself to do it. If you're like, you know what, I don't feel like journaling right now, I have nothing to journal about, don't journal. You know what I mean? Like, so don't make it like this. That's what I've done. I've tried to make it so perfect and, like, in routine that, like, you don't even enjoy doing it anymore because it's too strict.
That's a huge part of it. I always feel like I try to implement them, and then if I don't stick with it, or if I
you get
mess
discouraged,
it up, I'm like, shit, I gotta start all over again, or like, I don't have time for this. Like, it doesn't fit right here. Like a 5-step skincare routine in the morning. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Like, just form it however it works for you in your life and whatever makes you feel best.
Honestly, I should start doing the like putting your phone, like, on the other side of the room when you go to bed.
I think I did that.
I feel like that's, like, good.
You know what I started doing, which I don't know how easy you get up in the morning? I changed my alarm to, like, piano music, so when I wake up, I literally wake up, like, ding, 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 instead of, like,
my brother has one like that, I think. It's like
I just do it on my phone.
Kind of thing.
I do it on my phone.
It's
like Apple Music. You can add whatever song you want to your alarm.
She knows this. I don't know why she said this. I don't do Apple Music.
Oh, I'm sure. Spotify. I don't know. Maybe you could do Spotify too.
Maybe. I'll look into it. But
maybe not, because
I'm an Apple Music hater, in case you're wondering. We've talked.
I have a tip if your mind is racing at night and you can't go to sleep. I tried it.
I take anxiety pills. Because they won't give me sleeping pills. I have I'm not like an addict. I have a really hard time sleeping at night. I'm a super light sleeper. I wake up any noise, like there could be wind and I wake up. If someone talks, opens my door. I even wake up because I think I hear things because I get paranoid. Like, I'm such a light sleeper.
Have you ever woken up like because you like think someone's there?
I wake up and I start a conversation. I'll be like, "Who's at the door?" And my mom will come and be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Where's the ice cream?" And I'm like she's just like, "Okay," and then like leaves, and I don't even remember it.
So like,
I wake up, or like I wake up thinking someone's knocking at my door. So I've always had a hard time sleeping. They will not give me sleeping pills. I don't want them because they're so addictive, and then they don't even want to try it. So my psychiatrist gives me anxiety pills because it's like rooted from like paranoia.
That's like what my ex did. He like took pills for sleeping, but they weren't sleeping
They're
pills.
not, because sleeping pills are highly addictive. these are like supposed to be for panic attacks. Because I can also take them when I have panic attacks. But she says I can take like a lower dose when I'm really having trouble sleeping because they'll like calm my mind, because she says that the sleeping is rooted from paranoia, which I'm sure self-care can help too.
Oh, yeah. So my tip is, because my mind ruminates at night and I can never get it to shut up, even if it's not bad thoughts, it's just constant thoughts, and I'll lay in bed for like 2 to 3 hours a night trying to go to sleep. And this is a specific tip for people with ADHD, actually, and first time I heard...
I don't have that.
But it's for ruminating mind anyways, but because it keeps your mind occupied and bored enough that you fall asleep. So what you do is you take the alphabet and you pick a category. So I was doing movies, and you start at A. What movie starts with A? And then you go through it. If you need to go through the alphabet again, you'll do it. And then those hard letters that you get stuck on, that's like when you fall asleep, when you're like, you can't think of one. And literally, I fell asleep in like 5 minutes, which is insane for me.
That is good. I like those things. My sophomore English teacher, she was really big on like breathing exercises and like meditation and stuff, so she would always give us tips. She would say she had a hard time sleeping, and she would have us do some of them in the beginning of class because she thought it would start off our class on a good foot. But I will never remember. She told us this trick and I use it sometimes, but the trick itself isn't the funny part. She would tell us a trick, which she was count. I think she would just keep counting and like counting her breaths. And then she said, and she's like, before I knew it, I was awake, ready to start my day. Kid in my class goes, you never fell asleep? You just kept counting all night? And she's like, no. She was flabbergasted that anyone had that idea. And, like, that's the part that stuck with me. Every time I do it, I'm just, like, I think laughing. Of that kid that was like, you just counted the whole night? He literally thought she counted to, like, a bajillion. And she was like, and then the next thing I knew, my alarm went off. He's like, so I like kind of get asleep?
I kind of get the thought process behind that.
He wasn't the brightest. He's super sweet, but was not the smartest. I think we both agree that self-care is just so important, right? Like, it helps your mind, it helps your mental
body,
state.
Your soul.
Yeah, we're just those kind of people who are like, it's just so important. There's so many forms of it. What did we touch on so far? We touched on, like, the mental health aspect, journaling. Journaling's a good one.
Journaling's a great one. One you said you don't do, reading. I love to read.
Yeah.
I can never, like, I love to read, but I can never seem to sit down and actually open the book.
Yeah, I wish I could. I wish that was something that, like, sparked joy. Like, it's also, the thing is, it's gotta spark joy for you.
Right.
You can't fake it.
Don't force it, right. Like, just because it maybe looks good when someone else does it.
Like, reading.
Right.
Reading looks so good to me, but it's not my thing, and I can't make it be, because then it's not self-care.
Right.
It's you trying to fit into society, which isn't good. That's just gonna be even more draining. Yeah. Or same with exercise, like, for it to be self-care, exercise is very important. But for it to be considered self-care, it cannot be faked.
You have to find forms of exercise that you enjoy so you can be consistent with it throughout your whole life. And it's not just like a diet and you're like, oh, I'm going to exercise for a month and then you give up. Find ways to exercise where you're like, feels good. For me, it's yoga. For me, it's walking. I can do the treadmill on an incline. Pilates, like things like that. It has to be low impact.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to be consistent. Like building muscle, not like, I mean, you build muscle through yoga, but like the weights, not really my thing. No.
I like a good
running. No.
I like a dance. Like
dancing.
Not like a dance it out, but like
I dance it out.
Like a dance class. I love Blogilates.
You love what?
Blogilates. She's like a YouTube influencer kind of thing. She does workouts. She has an app too. Love her workouts. They're like a lot of like weighted like workouts, not huge weighted workouts, but those would be. Oh, I hit the table. Those would probably be, but it's not something like that I would consider for myself to be self-care. Like, I think it's amazing for you, but it's not something that relaxes me. It does feel more like a chore for me.
But sometimes self-care feels like a chore.
That
and it's taking care of yourself, though.
That is true.
Eating healthy, we didn't mention that, too. Like, that's trying to get your veggies and your fruits in. That's good for good for your mind, your body. It heals you. The things that you put in your body, you would not realize how much it affects you and how normalized it is to eat poison, which people get triggered when you say that, and I still eat like shit sometimes, you know what I mean?
I want to really work on that, honestly. But it's also, I feel like an important thing, though, is consistency. I know we said, like, sometimes it doesn't always look the same and that it doesn't have to be perfect.
But you need to be
But
consistent.
consistency
You need to show up for
is
yourself.
important with it. It's not really self-care if you're just doing it once and then, like, a year later, like, it's just...
That's when you let it build up,
yeah.
and then you're like, why do I feel like shit?
Yeah, like, it doesn't have to be perfect, like, 15-step skincare routine,
You know
or,
how
like,
I
20-minute meditation every day.
You know how I stay consistent? I look at pictures of, like, my younger self, and I think about, like, what she deserved, how she deserved examples of all of this.
Smart. Yeah.
And then I think, like, I still am her, and I can
Yeah.
now give that to her if I show up for myself every day.
That's really cute.
And being, like, the adult figure in my own life.
I would probably say this is going to be totally different for me than it is you, because we have different ideas of the future. I'd say I would think about, like, having kids one day and what I want to look like for them.
Ooh.
Which is different because you don't know if you want to have kids yet.
Right.
But for me, yeah.
I
feel
love
like,
that. That's really, really cute.
Like,
but you know what?
I'd want
I
to be for
have
them.
thought of that before,
Yeah.
because I've seen, like, little visions of, like, little kids that are mine, and I would think, like, wow, I could give them, like, an amazing life, and I will if I ever do have
like, I want to be a good example, like, take care of myself, you know?
I love that.
Yeah, not someone that's psychotic.
Right, and creates an unstable home.
Exactly, like, but here's the thing, we in our last episode we talked about traditional. We're not traditional, but I guess it doesn't have to be traditional, because traditional has changed.
You don't have to be traditional to be stable.
Facts. That's true.
And
that
healthy.
is true. Yeah. Yeah.
You can be untraditional, and oftentimes untraditional is more stable and healthy because it's what you want instead of
But I feel like image-wise, it's stable and healthy. On the, like, looking from the outside, it's stable and healthy, not when you're in it. In a lot of families right now.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you guys for joining our podcast this week about self-care. It's a really important subject. You gotta take care of yourself, man. Come on, get up.
Yeah, we
Show
love
up
doing,
for yourself.
We love doing self-care. We could probably get a little bit better at it. Maybe you could too.
We all could. Everyone could, for sure.
Comment your favorite self-care down below. We'd love to get some ideas and see what you guys like.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching. Mwah.